Meanwhile, the world's ending? I don't know. Hey,
Yeah,
store.
Hey, the world. Nothing's worse happening than in any comic book.
Why
You know
don't we
what?
just start
Fuck
the show? Well, hi. Welcome to Captain America 4 New World Order. Is that the name of... First of all, are you serious that Marvel's releasing a Black Captain America movie now?
Well, that'll be the end of that.
I feel so bad for Anthony Mackie that he is going to have to be Captain America in this landscape.
Yeah. Well,
I already had a friend say who, like, in 2016, I had to convince him not to vote for Trump. Like, he leans, we'll put it that way. He was like, oh, I'm just worried Captain America 4 is going to be preachy. I'm like, here we go. Preachy, huh?
Well, we're going to be, that's all going to be gone because I think most movies are going to be like, wow, most of America voted for this. So we need to, that woke stuff isn't going to sell.
Oh, it's going to be Top Gun Maverick 2, Top Gun Maverick 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank God Agatha got in when it did.
And then it ended right before Trump was elected. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I feel like that, that was the final spell of Agatha all along.
It was fascism all along. I actually cast a spell on election day. So Grant Morrison taught sigil magic, which is different than the sigil used in Agatha. Sigil magic, as I've understood it, is using a symbol to manifest a reality. And I did
you did it wrong.
I did it wrong. Actually, you were supposed to do it like some sort of factor of 3 before the thing you want to happen. So I woke up on election day. I was like, fuck, 3 days ago, I should have done this sigil ritual.
Oh.
So it's my fault. I'm sorry.
So it is your fault. Okay, got it.
Yeah. I botched the spell.
Well, we are going to be aware that being comic book queers, we are openly branding ourselves as gay, and I guess that makes us woke because it has queers in the name.
I can't even tell you how many Twitter followers we have mysteriously lost over the past few weeks.
So we might be, little target on our back at some point, but we're going to keep on going until they put us in the camps or whatever. I don't know. But we're going to try. I'm going to try and go on and be hopefully optimistic that the other side is bad at what they do and everyone is going to wise up to it. I also feel, this is what I feel, and this is the only, I don't want to talk about politics after I say my little, if you want to say something too. But I feel that the majority of people that did vote for Trump, they sadly were just gullible enough to believe his promises. And when none of them happen, they will drop him like a hot potato.
This is the solace. This, to me, ends in revolution. The prices are still going to go high.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be the same. None of the promises are going to be kept.
And they're going to drop it like a hot potato.
And they're going
I think they're trying to make you think that everybody voted this way because they're sick of the woke agenda. No. There's many people that don't care, which is problematic, but it's not because they're sick of it. No. Anyway, we're the last of the woke agenda. Let's woke agenda it up.
The revolution will be podcasted. Let's woke agenda it up because recently I saw a few trailers and I was all like gagged a little.
Wait, you were all like something?
Yeah,
but I was all like something.
And he was all like, and then she was all like, and then they were all like, and I was all like, what?
Okay, so back to the woke agenda. We have got some hot Marvel trailers dropping
Yes,
is where
we
I'm optimistic.
do.
This is where I'm optimistic. These trailers made me as terrified as I am about a Black Captain America movie in 2025, the year of our Lord. I am very excited for these two Marvel projects that we're going to talk about.
What are we going to talk about first?
Oh, Thunderbolts with an asterisk.
Thunderbolts.
So have you seen this new trailer, the one that they showed at D23 in Brazil?
Wait, is the
It's like new.
what?
New. It's like extended. It's got like a long scene in the beginning.
Wait, not the one from like wasn't this one just from like yesterday?
From yesterday, I think. This is the one with like the whole car scene in the
Yes,
beginning.
okay, yeah. I didn't know if you meant there was another one after that.
No,
but
no,
yes,
no,
I
no.
did
The one
see
with the
that
long car
Yes.
scene where my boy Bucky. Listen, it's a Bucky movie. I'm excited. It's Bucky and Florence Pugh. I'm really excited for this. This trailer.
I also never
got
really
me
thought
excited.
about it. This is also me being stupid. I never really thought about that everybody is basically a super soldier almost. In some way, the government kind of experimented on them. And
They've
gave
all
them...
been experimented on. So we've got Ghost. She was kind of a victim of experimentation. Bucky.
Serum.
White Widow. Who else? So Guardian.
Guardian, he got the
Red
super
Guardian.
soldier serum.
US
US agent got the super soldier serum.
Oh my God, these are all.
You know what I
people who've been-
mean?
Yeah.
It's all
These
people kind of used by the government. So
This
it's
is why I'm
Yeah.
excited. And then of course our friend Bob.
Trauma Bond. Bob, who is Century,
Yeah.
right?
Bob Reynolds. In fact, this shot we're looking at right now, they make it look like they're looking up at helicopter crashes in the trailer. I don't know. This feels like they're looking up at the Sentry doing something horrible, like, I don't know, ripping Ares in half. Not Ares, but somebody.
Yeah, I think and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, what's her character's name?
Oh, Valentina Contessa.
I think her whole thing is like, we need to use this weapon so that we can take over the world, and you need to help keep it under control. And I think they're all going to be like, oh, we don't want to be the bad guy. Like, this is bad.
It feels like Bob is the ultimate villain of this movie. Like, this has to be the Suicide Squad taking down Superman. I mean, Thunderbolts taking down Sentry.
The only thing that I am sad about, and this all looks great, but the fact that they're using the term Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I just am sad, and it's impossible because it's already been done. But people forget that Thunderbolts, I think Thunderbolts and X Factor 35 with Peter David, I think are the two biggest jaw-dropping, mind-boggling twists comic books have ever done. Like Thunderbolts revealing that it was all villains at the end of the first episode.
Yes.
I hate that we can't. I hate that we can't do that in the MCU.
That's the essence of the word Thunderbolts. It's like
They're
when Kitty
villains.
Pryde. It's like when Kate Pride decided to name the ship the Marauder, or name the team the Marauders, and people were like, "Whoa, Haas!" When you say Thunderbolts, you and I require a thing, which is a twist that the villains are the heroes of the villains. We're not getting that in this.
Well,
But
these are people that have been deemed as villains, and now they have to kind of maybe be heroes. It's very Suicide Squad. Which is also DC has that other Suicide Squad show with the cartoon one. Have you seen that? Where there's
Creature
a girl that looks
Commandos,
like
which
Creature
is
Commandos.
James Gunn's first official project. When he released his slate, Creature Commandos was the first thing.
So that's coming as well. That also has the same vibe of like these people maybe
Same
having
vibe
to be
of like let's go through each of these murderous characters to like a catchy song from long ago. Same vibe. Creature Commandos, Thunderbolts. I do love the song choice in the trailer.
What's the song again?
And I can't remember what it is, but I do love it.
But
it's not ooh woo. It's not that. It's from that era. It's not in the meantime. It's from that era.
But I do think they didn't slow it down, right? It's actually just the song, right?
It's just the song.
Which I appreciated because I'm telling you right now, I have a friend who's friends with people that they edit movie trailers. And I need to find them and grab them by the throat and be like, enough with the slowed down 80s songs. I'm sick of it. Ah, we're halfway there. Ah, living on a prayer.
Billie Jean was not my
lover. Like, yeah, I can't. They need to stop it. They need to think of a new thing. It's very cut and paste at this point. I hate it.
Yeah, but this uses the original song, and God, for the life of me, in the meantime, no, I keep thinking it's in the meantime. It's not. It's something like that. Okay. The other trailer is What If, season 3. And you texted me this morning, girl, and you were like, did you see the fucking What If trailer? And I was like, listen, I know there's going to be some X-Men 97 shit in it. Just from your text, I was like,
part of me was like, don't see it, so I could. I wanted to get your reaction, but I feel like you would have been spoiled before that anyway.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would have. I knew. I just knew. Like when you texted me, did you see the trailer? I was like, Storm's going to show up at the end of that trailer. I just knew it, and she does.
Fucking Storm is in the new What If, and I will tell you, this last season of What If was just not that great.
Yeah, not great.
But now I'm like, well, gonna watch this shit because it's not just Storm; it's that actress. It's the
Allison
X-Men
Seeley-Smith.
97 Storm.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! But
Yeah,
it looks
there's
like
a lot
she's
of-
dressed as like Thor. It's like Thor Storm.
It's like Asgardian Storm. Yeah. Which I think is a What If. Isn't that a What If? Like, what if Storm was the goddess of thunder?
I think
it is.
so. Yeah.
It's not with that.
Oh,
What
that's
If
right.
it's gonna
And
be,
then
but-
she kind of. Yeah, and then what's the one? I have the graphic novel Asgardian Wars, where it compiles a whole bunch of stuff, and I
Sure.
think that's in it.
She gets hammered and
Because isn't it like she's
Feathery
holding the
ears.
hammer and she's dressing in Loki's behind her? I think that's like
Right,
what the cover
yeah.
looks like.
yeah. Anyway, I'm very
Anyway,
excited.
that's going to be fun. It's
So this
probably
is like the final season of What If.
thank God, because you're like, this is not. It
You know what
hasn't
it
been
is
that
for
good.
me? It's the face. It's like the rigging. Is that the right term? The rigging of the animation and the faces are a little soulless.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley.
Maybe it's Uncanny Valley.
They're trying so hard to get the likeness of the actors they're playing that they're losing. It's kind of like in Frozen and Tangled. I think Tangled was the first 3D Disney movie, and when they were first making it, they were making them all like real looking, and they realized, no, we have to make the eyes bigger because they just look creepy.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though
like,
having the eyes smaller, I think that's why I think Spider-Man is so good at exaggerating the across the universe. They're so good at exaggerating things to give it that feel, to give it the feel of a cartoon.
They still feel like comic book drawings.
And when you have you also get the emotion better. I think
That's
people
the thing.
don't realize
they don't
it.
capture the emotion. Technically they capture it well, but there's just something missing. When I watch What If, it's just the emotion is not translating.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm very excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for the stuff outside of Storm. We've got a cowboy Shang-Chi. We've got a cowboy Kate Bishop. We've got a Moon Knight Avengers
I
robot.
hate cowboy stuff though.
Oh, me too. I hate Western. Western is
There's
my
only
least favorite
one
genre.
cowboy. There's only one cowboy thing I liked,
Brokeback?
which. Oh, I did like Brokeback Mountain, but I was gonna say Firefly,
Oh, Firefly.
which is like space cowboys,
yeah.
which I guess is
Sure.
kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, but that was way more westerny. But but should we talk about what we're watching now?
What you watching? What are you watching?
I'm watching something DC. Isn't that crazy? Were you watching something DC?
I was.
Well, let's play the music.
What you watching? Is it me naked? No? Oh, fine.
Oh, what are we watching?
Oh, we're watching The Penguin. You know we're watching The Penguin. I want to say The Penguin season 1 because I'm dying for more.
This doesn't seem like this doesn't seem like a setup for a season 2.
No, it does not.
This feels like a setup for the next Batman movie.
Well, he's
where the
actually
villain is the Penguin.
He said he's in 5 or 6 scenes in Batman Part 2, same as Part 1.
That's it?
Yeah, they set up Joker.
Oh, I thought he'd be... Oh, is Joker the big bad?
Yeah, it's going to, he was in the first one. Remember?
That's right.
It was Barry
in jail?
Keoghan.
Was he in jail?
In the jail next to Riddler.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Also, there's too many Jokers at this point.
I have to think that they're going to be like, we cannot do Joker. Like, it can't be about the Joker.
People are like, oh, there might be a Barry Keoghan spinoff of the Joker. I'm like, no.
Enough.
There's too many Jokers. Joker is not that interesting of a villain to have this many versions of him.
We've had a deep dive into Riddler in Matt Reeves' Batman. We've had a deep dive into Penguin in the show, a deep dive into Joker with the Todd Phillips. This is insane. We are treating the top 3 Batman villains as if they are like Iago. Yeah. Or Indiana Jones. I don't know. We're spending a lot of time with these Batman villains.
But Penguin, let's give an overall. I don't want to do a love it or hate it because I feel it's like way more complicated than that. But what did you think of the Penguin? Did you like it?
I really, really liked it. I thought it actually it succeeded more than the Batman did in some ways.
I don't agree with that because I really love the Batman movie, but I have a bone to pick with this show.
What is it?
They were trying so hard to make him a true villain, which he is. But the best type of villain is you're still rooting for him. I never once rooted for him.
So
I was on the Hangman side.
Oh, for sure.
I was on the Hangman side the entire time. And and spoilers coming, the only thing that gave him an ounce of humanity was the way he treated that kid. And I saw it in the last episode. I was like, oh no, he's going to fucking kill him. And he fucking kills that kid. And that kid was kind of annoying. But I was like, I don't like watching this show because I don't like that he won. I don't like it.
The entire time
I want the Hangman to win.
The entire time I was watching the series, I was like, he comes out on top because he's the Penguin. Like they're creating this top tier Batman villain. So, it was just I was living with the show, knowing like the final shot is he's going to be the crime boss of Gotham
with the top hat. And I knew that. I did know that. But they set up so much backstory of these other characters of him, and then him just fucking killing them, shoving her back in Arkham, which is even worse than killing her.
Yeah, but all the signs were there. He
of course, and that's what made me angry.
He had the same nothing.
He killed his brothers.
He killed his brothers. I think the thing you're reacting to is you did root for him for a while.
I rooted for him.
You were rooting
no,
for
but
him.
I didn't root for him because I know it's like you're the Penguin. You're not going to be good. So I kind of felt like I was watching, watching a car. I know the car crash is coming, but the ride is so much fun. And I was like, But Christine Milioti.
Oh, Christine Milioti. What
she should get an Emmy nomination.
Please get an Emmy. So should he.
He definitely is. He's amazing in this. It's almost weird.
Deidre O'Connell as the mother.
It's almost like you shouldn't get a nomination. Oh wait, you're fucking Colin Farrell.
You're Colin Farrell. How?
If it was like
how are you Colin Farrell?
Any other actor that actually looked like that?
Looked like that guy.
I'd be like whatever. But no, it's fucking Colin Farrell.
At the ending, I wanted him to just rip off all his makeup and reveal that he's actually really hot underneath it all.
Oh, that would be great.
That would have been great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But the episode where they showed the past of Christine Milioti of Hangman,
of what happened to her,
Sophia, going of how she became the Hangman, and what that ended up leading up to her doing. That's what I wanted. I wanted a villain where you're like, no, you deserve to be the villain. Fucking kill everybody. Like when she came out to give that speech to her family. I went, she's going to kill every single one of them. And I was so excited.
I'm on the first flight out tomorrow morning. I'm like, bitch, the hell you are.
You are killing everyone.
Also, I loved what they did with the moment where Sophia realized her niece, let's call her niece, who she saved. So she brought her in, the little girl brought her into the greenhouse to protect her while she gassed the family in the house. When that little girl was like, I saw a gas mask in your bag, I was like, she's gonna have to kill this kid, and then she's gonna be a true villain. She doesn't kill the kid. She just is like, listen.
And it shows you the difference between her and him.
It shows you the difference between her and him.
And the thing that's interesting is she did not get killed. She got put back in Arkham. Is there anyone that could possibly release her from Arkham or get her out? I don't know. Maybe a cat burglar, perhaps?
The other connection, I was waiting for the shoe to drop the entire series. Because I was like, wait, the other one, Falcone, is revealed to be Catwoman's dad in the Matt Reeves Batman. So she is half sisters with Catwoman. Are we going to do anything with this? And the answer, my friends, is meow.
Well, yeah. Are you going to, I mean, fucking, she ate this shit up. You're not going to have her being a badass with Mrs. Kravitz? Yes, please.
So, yeah, Miliotti's definitely going to be in Batman 2.
But I do feel really bad for Mr. Victor. Poor Victor.
Yeah, from Runaways. Yeah.
And it's weird because I was kind of, all right, I'll admit this. When his little plot lines would come, I'd be like, boop, boop, boop. I was fast forwarding a little bit through some of his stories.
Penguin hit pause. Stop.
Yeah, but even when they killed him, I was like, oh no. But yeah, I guess this one, it just put me through the ringer. I also binge watched it.
It's a good show.
Other than this last episode, I watched episode 1.
Oh my god!
Waited months. Then I watched episodes 2 through 6 all in a row. It was like 3 a.m, and I was like,
you were like,
it was a lot. But it was one of those things where I was like, I need to fucking see what happens next.
So that's a good show. I just wanted him once to go. Wah, 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 wah.
Well, he did get the top hat at the end. So.
We did. Remember what I told you? Did I ever tell you about that? I might have told you recently. Did I ever tell you about that Broadway show that I saw called Karen H? Did I talk about this last week?
Maybe, but what's it about?
It was where she lip synced to the testimonial.
Oh yeah.
And I told you the actress was the Penguin's mother, and I realized that like 2 episodes
ago.
ago.
Yeah. That's right. Oh yeah. She's great too.
Give her an Emmy. She was great.
The other thing I really loved is when they were showing the younger times.
Yeah.
It was a younger actress playing her. But when she was going through the EMDR therapy, the old actress was playing her. And I was like, that's like a really good choice.
With that kid. That they nailed the casting with that kid who played
Yeah. Also,
Oswald.
I guess Dr. Julian.
Yeah, Theo Rossi.
He was hot.
He was in Luke Cage. Big in Luke Cage.
Oh,
He's hotter.
Luke
He's
Cage.
Much hotter in Luke Cage because he has a shaved head, and he looks so good. Girl, I'm telling you, like, next show you watch, make it Luke Cage. It's great.
Okay.
Ugh, God.
It's a good show.
Penguin.
It's a good
it got me
show.
excited for the Batman 2. Who would you like to see? Which Batman villain would you like to see an HBO Max television show about next?
Well, it's
and
hard
which hot
because
man in makeup would you like to play?
I'm trying to think of. It's crazy because Batman villains have just been so overwrought with so many different versions. I feel like I already have a million versions. It's like, do we need another version of any of them? But I feel the best I would love to see like a gritty live action, not just a cartoon version of like Poison Ivy.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I want... What was it? Was it the Batman cartoon, this new J.J. Abrams one? Did you see the Clayface episode?
Yeah.
I want that. I want like
that's creepy.
actor
Yeah.
Clayface.
Oh, that's right. He was like
a thespian.
But wasn't he like in love with the one woman though? You're like, yeah, right.
Oh yeah, right. More like gay face.
Which is a thing.
It's a
Sadly.
thing because some guys just felt more comfortable around women, and then they just started taking on mimicry. They took on their facial muscle movements.
I don't think either of us have gay face though. I mean, for me, I open my mouth and then it's like, aha.
Yeah.
But I think if I was just sitting there,
Yeah.
I think if you see me move a little bit, then it gives it away. But I think just in the face.
Yeah.
But there's some people, they're just like, they give a smile and you're like, faggot!
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay.
It's okay.
I remember when I worked in my porn days.
Yeah, for Corbin Blue.
Randy Blue.
Randy Blue.
So you're mixing up Corbin Fisher. Corbin Blue.
I never realized Corbin Blue's name is a portmanteau of Corbin Fisher.
Corbin Blue. Yeah,
Blue.
who starred on Little Shop of Horrors with Jinx
Yeah, who I saw
Monsoon.
with Jinx Monsoon.
Anyway, this one porn star, he was gay. Because, there's a lot of gay for pay guys that do that.
Yeah.
But he was gay, but he was just like, everybody thinks I'm gay for pay because I'm so straight acting. Nobody knows I'm gay. Nobody
bully
knows
for
I'm gay.
you.
And he like wouldn't shut up about it. And he's
Okay.
like, nobody can tell I'm gay. And I finally went, hey, there is one big giveaway that everyone can tell you're gay. He's like, what? I'm like, when you
No.
have a fucking dick in your mouth, you're a gay porn star. Shut up.
I thought you were going to say you actually have gay face, and he was going to then jump off a roof
And then he beat me up.
with his dick.
I've
Been beaten with a dick?
I am thinking back now, realizing that Chris Rockway is probably a huge Trumper. Like he has to be. There's no way he isn't. And that saddens
Girl,
me.
you're going to find that out about a lot of people.
Do you ever run into a Trumper in the gay bar? Like the gay Trumpers?
So we weren't there, but it was a big story. The night after election night, in one of our favorite places in Hell's Kitchen, there was a group of guys hanging out, gay guys with red caps on, with those red caps on. I was like, it was like a strange night that like we're always there. Bitch, if I walked in that bar and those bitches had that hat would have went flying.
That's so crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, I was at a bar once and talking, and then this was years ago, but he was just like, because of all the unfair things they're saying about Trump, and I was like, ha 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 ha, and he's like, what? What's so funny? And I'm like, oh, what?
Oh.
And then he was like, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying this stuff. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, read Breitbart. That's the real news. And I was like, I'm like, girl, you just tipped to get a stripper. Get the fuck out of here.
Girl,
no,
you just
not
tipped a
allowed.
stripper.
Not allowed. How dare you?
Oh my God, there's not going to be any go-go boys in the camps. All right, listen.
All right.
There's only one superhero team who can save us now.
Or can they? Oof. All right.
Oh, gee.
You're going to press the button.
We need
You
the
fucking
more
press
than
the button.
ever.
I'm not fucking
and
even
there's
doing
just
anything.
Okay, here we go.
It's mutants with powers, Omega for hours. Bitch, let's read some X-Men.
All right.
You know what?
So-
You know what?
So, yeah. Do you have a blanket statement you'd like to make?
Well, one of these
Okay.
is okay. But it wasn't from this week because we're going over 2 weeks worth of
We're
X-Men
going over 2
comics.
weeks. Yeah, because we
This
didn't-
past week,
Yeah.
everything was garbage. And that includes you, Avengers.
I thought you meant me.
You're
Avengers.
garbage.
Yeah.
You're fucking garbage. No, everything was bad. Like, it was like, I felt like I was doing homework. Like, where being like, I have to finish I have
All
to
right.
finish reading this. It's so bad.
Well, then I almost want to change the order of these slides, but let's go to our first one, which is from 2 weeks ago, which is NYX number 4.
This one I'm more
I
interested
loved
in.
this.
Yeah, this
I
is great. This is good.
Loved this. This I thought was the best issue so far, and it really
Yes,
made me
because things
realize,
were happening.
Hey, there
Like
it is.
there's things are moving forward.
We've had like a Kamala centric issue. We've had a Laura centric issue. We've had an Anoli centric issue, and now we have our Prodigy issue. And this one fucking killed. I like Prodigy is a great character.
Also, Prodigy is not dating Tommy anymore.
Prodigy not dating Tommy anymore. He's dating a fine ass man
Yes.
who I would imagine is local to New York City.
Yes.
And so it really opens with Prodigy, who's been accused of kind of, pushing into, trying to, he's talking to the humans and not the mutants. I don't know what the word is. Sophie called him out of being like, you're basically siding with the oppressor. Okay, prof, bye. So it turns out he's really not. Like, he's going out at night. He's spray painting Krakoan homages all over the city. And there's this kind of inner monologue that he's doing through his research notes. That's the device where you get his inner thoughts and feelings. And he's really trying to pin down what is mutant culture. Especially now. Especially now that there's just such a homeless diaspora. And there's a line later in this book that I'm like, fuck yeah. Do you know what that line was? When he's like,
what?
Mutant culture is tension. Mutant culture is fighting. Mutant culture is half Magneto is right, half it's Magneto is right half the time. The other half it's Xavier was right. You know what? Mutant culture is the X-Men. And then he like saves Kamala from Hellion. I just was like, I didn't expect a fuck yeah moment in this book, but Prodigy gave me one.
Yeah. It is also because it's this interesting world of we're back to this because if we left this era where it was like we're a nation, and when mutants were part of a nation, that's a different sort of grouping. Like it's now closer back to how it was where it's like gays, because it's like don't know, it's like it's not necessarily your family. It's not necessarily who you grew up with. It's not what neighborhood you're from or which area you're from or what country you're from or what color your skin is. Where before it was like, we're all from this nation. So we have this national pride.
And that's our identity.
And it's gone. So it's back to like being gay where you're like, it's this thing I have. And so what is the thing that's going to connect us? And the idea that's the X-Men, the idea that we're going to save everybody and try to be good and rise above even though everyone else is an idiot, which I feel is a great message for right now.
For right now, yeah.
With what has happened with Trump, because I'm seeing people that are, I said I wouldn't get political again, but
no, but I think this is.
I'm seeing friends that are literally like, you voted for Trump, fuck you. Every single person who has ever voted for Trump, fuck you. It's me and them, and fuck you. I don't even want to speak to you. And my thing is like, no, he was still like, I'm still trying to reach out to them. And I'm still trying to change their minds. Yeah. And I kind of was like, oh, I respect that. That's the X-Men.
That's kind of all you can
would
do.
Still be like, we're still going to try and change your mind. Even though you did something that we feel is evil.
It's what we're
still going to
try and X-Men 97.
Yes.
I mean,
and I think that's where we need to be.
They represent the higher road, and I know there's a lot of connotation with the word, like with the idea.
Well, I don't like the
road,
term higher road.
But yeah.
I feel we can still reach out to the other side, but we don't have to take the higher road doing it.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a nuance.
My whole goal is we need to trick these Gen Z Trumpers into going back to being Bernie bros. Because they were all Bernie bros. Yeah. And we can switch them back. And I'm going to follow Prodigy's example. By sleeping with a hot guy.
And learning how to use a grappling hook at such a skill level that it takes down one of the world's most powerful telekinetics. So they finally realize it's Julian Keller. Ms. Marvel is able to kind of piece it together. She's also able to piece together that Sophie is kind of in on it.
I love this.
Which I loved.
I thought Prodigy was going to be the one that calls it out, but she's like,
No.
actually, I kind of know that like you're.
It kind of makes sense.
And it was like, oh, busted.
Yeah.
I love that. It just
But then
made you.
To our
yeah.
point, she doesn't then say, fuck you, you're cut out of my life. She was like, listen, there is a better way. You don't have to do this.
But it also seems very apparent that empath is highly controlling
Oh, very
their
very
emotions.
Much so.
So
Very
this
much so.
really isn't fully.
I would
any
go so
of
far as
them.
to say it's like, I think a good twist that I could see coming though after this is that it's not empath, it's the cuckoos.
Oh, that could be interesting.
But let's go with it. It's empath. You know, I could see empath and Esme being in on it together and like getting the other cuckoos thusly.
Yeah.
But I think there's something more at play here.
But
It's not just empath. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the cuckoos, I can believe it's the cuckoos. 'cause
Well,
they're
also, but
born
none.
from
But
Emma.
the people that he chose, they were way ready to flip to the other side.
yeah,
They're way ready to be like, no, mutant.
yeah,
mutant.
for sure, for sure.
The ones that really loved Emma Frost.
Yeah,
Would we flip to the other side because we love Emma Frost so much?
I would do anything, Emma. I'd be on whatever, ever.
know,
whatever.
right?
But let me tell you who would never, ever, ever be a Trumper. Emma Frost.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God, that disgusting man.
Because there's one thing Emma hates more. I mean, there's nothing that she hates more than
that guy.
stupidity.
Yeah.
Like he's literally
Slobbish-
just like the lowest, like banality and stupidity and mediocrity.
Yeah.
Using their privilege and money to rise to the top, where
Yeah.
she basically had everything taken
The
away from her,
opposite.
and she had to work it all from scratch. Hell
Saying,
no.
Emma
Using
Frost,
nothing but her
2028.
tits and her mind powers,
and her charisma
uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
and talent.
I also love that Prodigy uses the Xavier resist to kind of snap everybody.
I did
out
love
of
that,
it.
but what I didn't love is that the Stefford Cuckoos were then like on the floor, like half unconscious. Like I'm like, that's not how it works. It's not like a weapon back at you. It's just like, no, you can't mind control me. Anyway, they were like, no.
Well, you got to have some action moments,
Sure. Yeah. Well, next issue is
Anyway.
about Sophie, so we'll get our 5th solo team member focus, and then they'll come together as a team. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, and now this is going to go by
Okay,
fast
and
for
now-
me 'cause
now
I
it's
don't
time for
have
the
much to
dregs.
say.
X-Men number 7 by Jed McKay.
This, it's focusing just like on the wrong things, I feel.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, and
It's
I
just
think the
them
other
in that-
problem is we have Gail Simone is just so killing it with Uncanny that it just makes this seem more. It's just more obvious that because I feel the characterizations aren't hitting me
Right.
the way it does with Uncanny.
Yeah. And also, it's these characters like in this giant metal like they never leave the factory, they never leave the town. I'm so sick of this fucking Alaska town.
Yeah. Also, the things they're doing with Temper, I feel like I need, and it's like I know that I know the backstory of her with was her Necra or whatever.
Yeah.
What's that character's name? Necra.
Yep.
But that was never even fully explained. And then at one point, I think Psylocke was the one being like, hey, you did all this without a team. You went and got kidnapped that little girl. You need to learn to be on a team. And you see her being like, eh. And part of me is like, why are you here? What is going on? I don't understand it. I don't get your motivations. I don't get it.
And, is
And maybe
Psylocke
it's
really
like
the
it's-
one that's like
to-
teamwork is the most important thing, No,
Exactly,
that's not one of your
especially because it's
values.
like, yeah, if that was Betsy, but that's not Betsy, it's Conan. She doesn't give a shit about a team. And then where's the whole, and I mean, at least this, we do find out what happened to Magneto's powers.
Well,
and that seems
and this is
stupid
the part
too.
I really hate. I hate this like, oh, it turns out we're gonna get sick from resurrection from Krakoan. Can you just leave it alone? Like, really?
Okay,
Like,
well,
is
okay,
that
all
where
right.
you're gonna
Now
get
we're
your
going to
story
talk about
from?
this. They're saying now that if you are resurrected,
If you were resurrected during Krakoa,
your
you
powers.
You may have a lawsuit on your hands. Please call.
It's like resurrection, and they named it some stupid thing. I will say they did say you're the only person who has this, so there's no reason to believe that this is a thing. So they did say that.
Right.
And I'm hoping that that's what it is, that he's making this up. But first of all, Magneto he was resurrected once, only on Krakoa. And then the second time, he wasn't even resurrected in Krakoa. So what the fuck is he even talking about? He was resurrected by Storm, saved him from the afterlife.
Right. But
so even if you were... He wasn't him and Xavier.
I don't remember.
I think him and when Xavier was killed, wasn't Magneto killed then too?
During Sins of Sinister? No, he was dead.
No, not before that. When when X-Force just started, and then there was I think it was right when Mori turned bad. Right when Mori turned bad, I think did she kill both? I think she killed everybody, or there was or something. Anyway, I think he was resurrected once.
Sure, I'm sure he was.
But even then, once you're right, but then he died, and then he came back from that. That would have canceled all of that out.
He's like, how many times was Quentin Quire resurrected? What are you going to do when that Omega level brain starts to break down? Like,
how about you read the actual issues where they said, "Oh, people's mutant powers are actually getting stronger when they do this." Fucking, you can't just retcon that. That shit pisses me off.
No,
I'm ready to fucking fight.
You need to like take a piece of the best run of X-Men ever and like just be like, it was bad. Take like the heart and soul of it and be like, it was bad, and now our powers don't work, so now we have a plot. Fuck you.
It's stupid.
I don't mean fuck you. That's horrible.
It's stupid. And then Beast gets kidnapped.
We don't know what's going to happen there. But they just keep... Really here's my point. There's so much... We just established there is a homeless mutant diaspora out there in the world. And these 6 people who you have no idea why they're together are just in their fort in Alaska, just yelling at each other.
Yeah. They're supposedly looking for the new mutants that are coming into their mutant powers because of what's her name, Cassandra Nova, but they weren't doing any of that this issue.
And then like all this confusion around who's a mutant, like the girl, like you're 100% not a mutant, and then her hand turns into like a demon hand. You're like, well then, we had rules. And we had a game, and we followed the rules. We played the game. And
wait, was it? I'm now getting fuzzy on it. So Beast did the test on her, and it came back negative.
Yeah, you're a Homo sapien, right?
I remember him testing her, but I don't remember him.
Yeah, he was like, "Good news. You're just a human."
Yeah, but then it's like, is it trying to like get like, oh, she's a werewolf or something? But then also, why did the Sentinels come after her? Sentinel? Also, they didn't show, but then she said, I did the thing to the Sentinel. I thought the Sentinel was all like petrified. Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or was he just dead? Because in the end of this, they just killed him. But they just killed him.
Yeah, but it's frozen because it got snow on it.
Oh, okay. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm angry.
Fine. Let's talk about something better, like, oh God, X-Force.
You're going to have the nerve to do an alternate reality X-Men team?
Avengers.
For one issue? Or Ultimate Avenger? I don't... No. I hate it. This one was... I'm like, nothing is happening. A lot happened. And I did not care. I am skimming through this because it's these long explanations. Also, it's like, Nucleo. I don't give 2 shits about Nucleo. What a dumb, stupid villain.
I don't care about him just walking around going,
Nucleo! Like, really? And then Forge is being a douchebag. I feel like Sage... Why does she keep doing X-Force with men becoming douchebags? She was on X-Force with Beast and he turned into a crazy douchebag. She's on X-Force with Forge. He's becoming a crazy douchebag.
Because X-Force is the team where it's like, we got to make the hard decisions. We got to make the hard calls. We got to do the dirty work. Get blood on our hands. We have a death in this issue. Spoilers, everybody. Who cares? Surge is dead, as was prophesied. And when she died, I was like, oh, X-Force. Oh, it's X-Force. So are more and more people going to die because it's X-Force?
You better fucking leave Miss Betsy alone.
You better leave it. Betsy and Rachel ain't dying.
Yeah.
No way. The only thing I liked in this issue was when Rachel did the Phoenix Force with Betsy's help. And then later when they were like, oh, these portals were created back in X-Men Alpha Flight number 1 and 2. Hello, 1980s. And Rachel goes, yeah, I know, I was there. I was like, ooh, that's right. It was her team. That's the only stuff I liked.
That was such a good... The X-Men Alpha Flight...
It was good.
It's such a good comic.
Is that where Storm got the...
No, that's the one, remember, where Loki gives all the humans powers, but then they lose the ability to create?
Yes.
Oh, it was so smart. It's also, I think that's the first time Rachel saw Madeline with Nathan. And she realized, like, oh, I'm never going to be born.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, X-Force was right.
But that's 5 billion times more interesting than this comic. Did you take any of that interesting stuff in? No. The only smart thing that happened is in the end, Sage goes, I quit. I'm like, right. Word. Good. Let's fucking follow Sage because I'm done with this shit. Also, you know what also pisses me off? They are not referencing ever. Let's have some references of two of these people were on a team for a while together. Do you remember what other teams Sage and Psylocke were on together?
The Extreme X-Men?
The Exiles.
Oh, yeah.
The Exiles. They were on that team for many issues.
Versions?
They were the 616 version. Yeah, because remember that was the last time when she had to be brought back. When she died, I think in Excalibur, Betsy was fighting the Shadow King. Mm-hmm. And then she vanished, and it turns out she got put into, Chris Claremont wrote this, and she got put into another dimension. And then the Exiles picked her up, and Sage was there. And they were on the team.
Interesting. The one with Blink and Morph.
Uh-huh. And then she was sleeping with the good Sabretooth.
Ooh.
Anyway, this is a piece of garbage, and I hate it.
What about X Factor number 4, though?
I was starting to dig it, and this was so boring. This was so boring and stupid. And you're going to give me the reveal that Cecilia Reyes had a boyfriend, and then it turns out the boyfriend is a new character? Not some fun reveal?
I mean, again, it's like Mark Russell he's not a deep-cut X-Men fan. You know, he's just going to write the stories he wants to write, and he doesn't care if, like, can you imagine if, like, the teleporter was, like, Vanisher, and Cecilia was like, why wouldn't you call me?
That's what I'm saying. Because you then have an actual established backstory and history,
right?
So we can know motivations. I don't know who this person is. I don't know why I should care.
Yeah.
Also, where's Polaris? What's going on with that? And the whole thing of like, oh, we need to take some TikToks while we're saving. Like, you wouldn't be doing that. It's so.
Well, I mean, it's satirical. It's a hyper, like.
I know it's satirical, but it's not funny enough to be satirical.
Right.
I think that's the problem. It's not funny or clever enough to be satirical.
Yeah, like, where is the wit and sparkle of Flintstones and Snagglepuss and Wonder Twins? I mean, I think it's just harder in the murky waters that is X-Men, and like the dense soup that is X-Men, to create that kind of like bouncing, witty satire.
Yeah.
You know, I think, like, I would rather, if I love Mark Russell, I'm all down for him being satirical, but we're satirizing, like, our media culture, like, yawn.
Yeah, like, girl,
like
TikTok's bad for you. Everybody's, yeah.
We did that at Scream 4, you know? Like,
yeah.
Let's satirize marginalized, living in a marginalized class.
Yeah.
He was so good in the Flintstones and in Snagglepuss about capturing what it was like, the different aspects of society, especially these like some marginalized characters like Snagglepuss. So good at that, but just we're not diving into that piece of mutantdom. We're just diving into the mutant dumb.
Mutant dumb. Is that the name of this issue, this episode? Mutant dumb.
Mutant dumb. There were some things I did like there's some lines that it did make me laugh, like when Frenzy was like, I would kill to be a teleporting mutant. I thought that was funny. There's like little lines that are really funny.
Yeah, there are things,
like,
but I think they're just missing. I think the problem is this might have worked better if it was all new characters, but the fact that it's these characters with backstories, you're expecting a lot of that to show up, and he doesn't care about it.
It's just not.
And
that.
It kind of shows. Yeah. Like making Cecilia Reyes like, I had a boyfriend and I broke up. You're like, Cecilia Reyes?
Yeah. Right.
She's like, now she's like some dumb bitch sad about a boyfriend. This bitch is like a doctor. Right.
She's like, Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican doctor from like,
honestly, if she's Puerto Rican, she would
she ain't gonna take no shit.
Yeah, she would fucking just slit that guy's throat when she realized
take Oscar. She's not gonna take Oscar shit. Please.
The other thing I liked was what's the granny, what's her name?
Granny Smite. They're like, you can't come because
you can't come because because you'll get buried there and you'll still be alive. And then she was like, oh.
I think like Granny Smite is actually one thing that's working for me in this book, because like less is more with that character. Like I appreciate, like, last issue we got a little bit more of her just to understand what her deal is, but now I just need one Granny Smite moment per issue.
Yeah, she needs to be like Kenny. She needs to die every issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, they killed Granny Smite.
I do think that this book has potential. I just think it needs to straighten itself out.
I thought that too, but this issue kind of tanked for me.
Yeah.
Although they also got rid of Pyro's face tattoo, which I thought was kind of stupid to begin with. Also, where's gay Pyro? I know I keep saying this. Where is gay Pyro?
Where is... I am dying for like a reveal of like after like issues and issues of this like long arduous thing that they're going through, there's the big villain reveal at the end and it's gay Pyro and he's like, you never called me back.
Or because they killed Rusty Collins, what if the fire people keep dying and so then they kill this Pyro and they have to get gay Pyro and then kill him?
He gets horribly burned, this Pyro, because you can't kill this Pyro.
Also, where's Iceman, speaking of which?
He is going to show up in something.
Is he just still in Antarctica?
He's on the cover
Romeo?
of something coming up.
That doesn't mean anything.
He's showing
Everybody's
up.
on the cover of stuff.
Is it N1X?
Anyway, listen, X-Men. The world is garbage right now.
The world needs
and I
the
need
X-Men.
you to give me stories that make me feel hope.
Well, I mean, let them get there, right? Like, let them get there.
Well,
like the
Gail
world
Simone is the only one working my pussy right now.
I know. Well, what else are we going to get into, girl? Are we going to get into different comics? Like, what do we do? Do we start to read Spider-Man?
there was a little bit of a preview. The Peacemaker is coming next year.
Ooh.
Did you see the all the HBO stuff coming?
No.
They showed clips from Hacks.
Oh, I did see that. I did. She's like,
yeah.
a big girl now. I guess
Isn't there... Well, I guess What If is coming soon, but that's not going to be that great.
Yeah. It doesn't really... What If doesn't really scratch the itch.
I don't know.
Daredevil will. It'll be good.
Will it? I wasn't that into the first one.
It'll be good. I mentioned Scream 4 before.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the X-Men. Thank you, X-Men. Straighten it up. We need you. I mentioned Scream 4 before, and I got to share something with you.
Okay.
I changed my Scream rankings.
Did you just rewatch them or something?
No, I just changed them. I just
all right.
through.
What's the? Let me. Are you going to go from worst to best or best to worst?
I'm going to go from worst to best.
Okay, give it to me.
Oh, you're giving. Oh, I'm doing the whole thing. I was just gonna give you my new number one, but I'll do.
Oh,
I'll do
okay.
It.
Oh,
No,
no. Go. No, give me the whole thing. I need to know.
Fuck. Okay, my phone is holding up my mirror, which is lighting my face. So hold on. You don't understand the setup I have going here, just to make sure I'm well lit. It's in my Letterboxd. Letterboxd. Did you see Trap?
I just saw it
watched it.
2 nights ago.
Can we talk about Trap?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, first give me your
All right,
Scream
Scream.
rankings and then we'll talk about Trap.
I'm so excited. All right, the worst is the remake of Scream.
Scream 5?
Scream 5. Then Scream 3. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Scream 5, then Scream 3, then Scream 6, then Scream 2. Number 1, Scream 4.
Wait, you always had the first Scream after Scream 2?
No, I just changed that.
I would have that. I still would take the first Scream and put it in first place because it started the whole thing. So I would.
But Scream 4
But
is
the rest of that ranking then would follow the same
Yeah,
way for me
great.
too. I think that's
Scream
the real
2 is
thing.
like
Is
my-
I don't hate a single one of them. I don't think
I
any
love
of them
all.
are bad.
Scream 2 is like my movie. Like Scream 2 is my ultimate comfort food. If it was like, Brett, what movie would you like to? I'd be Scream 2. That's why. It's so high up. Like it's just so part of my DNA.
Great work.
It's my one. All
Should
right,
we
let's
talk about Trap? Also, I just want to give a shout out. Have you seen Conclave?
No, but I hear it's fantastic.
Watch it, and I
Yeah.
want us to talk about it because
Okay.
it is good. It's kind of like America's Next Top Model, but for the Pope.
Ooh. Okay. Love it.
Trap.
Love it. Trap. So,
The
you
nepotism.
go in low. You
The
go in,
nepotism.
the nepotism.
I went in
The
so
nepotism
low
girl.
because it's M. Night Shyamalan, and I purposely
that's bottom of the
avoid
barrel
his
for me.
movies
Yes.
because they're always terrible. This one, someone told me, don't want like any believability, just get rid of
watch
it.
it.
Just don't be like, this would never, just let that go. And
Because
so
the
I
premise of the movie is this guy gets out of every situation.
No, but the premise is it's a serial killer. And the police happen to figure out that the serial killer might show up to a concert. So they literally hire thousands of police forces and FBI agents
And
to come
one
and
of the world's
manually
biggest pop stars.
and get the biggest pop star in it to try and block all the entrances and scan every man. So what? That would never happen. But I had to let it go. But I kept thinking, I was watching it and one of my friends was like, but what are they going to do when they pull the person over? How are they going to prove it? I'm like, exactly. You can't just go through someone's phone. They don't have a warrant. What are you going to do? My whole thing.
They had identifying marks. They had the tattoo on the arm.
I guess so. Fine. But this movie, and so it was then just watching him try to escape and try to get out of everything.
But wait, there's a whole act 3 where they get out of the concert.
And then he gets out. But here's the thing, and this is where the fucking pop star, because at
Who is
first
M.
I was
Night's
like,
niece.
M. Night's, it's his
Daughter.
niece. I thought it was his
Daughter, I
daughter. I mean, he
daughter.
has his own fucking role in it where he goes, that's my
He always
fucking.
does.
Oh no, it is his niece. Because he's like, that's my sister's daughter.
That's when he was like, "That's my sister's kid." I was like, "I think that feels real."
No, I think that is him. That is who she is to him. She's a good singer, and she's beautiful.
She was a good actress,
And she's a
thought
good
she was
singer, and
fine.
she
played
wrote-
Lady Raven, the pop star.
She wrote all of the songs.
She did.
Yeah,
Listen, I think she's great. I think she deserves fame.
but as a singer, not as an actress. As soon as they started acting,
was fine.
I mean, you know what? This dialogue,
The dialogue.
M. Night Shyamalan, Did you watch Only Murders in the Building?
Yes.
The latest season?
Halfway.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, pretend I didn't say any of that.
Okay.
But he did not write that script of Sixth Sense because that script is so brilliant and he has never written anything as good. The dialogue in this, it's literally AI talking.
Yeah. I would say most of his movies are one long explanation.
Yes.
The worst one, the most offensive one, the one that it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And it could be, I could say any of his movies right now. Lady in the Water was
I couldn't get through it. I didn't even finish it. It was so boring.
It was just someone going, no. There's a stickman and a plant and a water bearer and a warrior and there's a midwife and no, don't you see? It's not a midwife. It's just people explaining this like vague lore that's supposed to come true to one another.
What's the big twist in Lady in the Water?
I have no fucking idea. I really don't know.
The Visit is good. The Visit, maybe because Catherine Hahn is in it.
Isn't The Visit not? Didn't he not direct that? Didn't he only produce that?
You know what? I don't know.
I think he only produced that, and I don't think you can count The Visit as an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
A comedy horror? A comedy horror?
That's not funny.
It literally says a comedy horror by M. Night Shyamalan.
What?
No, he wrote it and directed it. He wrote it and directed it. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great.
That one's good. So he did luck onto another one. But otherwise, this movie, the big twist in this movie, we're spoiling everything, is that the wife knew.
Oh, the wife is the one that phoned in.
And I'm telling you, that was the wrong twist. The real twist should have been when he showed up, that she was in on it.
Yeah.
That would have been the twist. That would have been good. And then the other second twist, the kids were in on it. And then they killed the pop star.
Stop. They didn't kill the
Yes. Kill the pop star. I feel like you should watch this with Smile 2, because Smile 2 is also...
I hear Smile 2 is fantastic.
With the pop star. I didn't see... I saw the first Smile. It was just okay, but it was enjoyable.
The first Smile.
I felt it was enjoyable, but it wasn't scary.
The first Smile was like, this is what's going to happen to this character at the end. And it's like, okay, so I'm just going to watch 2 hours of just...
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what happens in Smile 2.
Actually,
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it.
I don't know. I get a different vibe. I get a vibe of overcoming. We'll see.
But I do like the idea that the demon that smiles at you, she's a pop star, so everyone comes up with a creepy smile because she's famous. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That is brilliant. Trap, I thought was great.
And you need to see Conclave.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
All right. I mean, that's the other thing is Oscar bait stuff is coming out.
Anora.
Oh, I need to see Anora. Fuck. I need to see it. I
Anora.
haven't seen it. Joe saw it and he said it was great.
I am so mad. I do this thing on Vulture called the Vulture Movie Fantasy League. It's like you pick 8 movies. You've got a fixed amount of dollars, and you pick 8 movies which have different dollar costs. And you put together basically the 8 movies that are going to amass the most points, and you get points through box office performance and awards and all of that. Well, I picked one of my movies. I was going to pick Anora, which I think is going to be such a hit. And instead of Anora, I put that Florence Pugh, Andrew Garfield movie that did nothing, We Live in Time. And I'm like, there was my whole fantasy.
Are you kidding?
Right
Nobody
there.
cares about cancer movies anymore. Nobody cares about a cancer movie.
I picked that movie. I thought people were going to love it because of those 2.
I also don't watch those. Any movie where someone's dying of cancer,
I can't.
no thank you.
I don't watch it. What is it? The
No,
Fault is in Our
thank
Stars?
you. Yeah, that Terms of Endearment.
Oh, God. Give her the shot. Give her the shot.
It's so depressing.
I want to yell that to the X-Men editor. Give it the shot. Like, revive it. Save it. It's dying.
You know what else is dying? Democracy. But we will be here each week talking about comics, because you know what, everyone's like, it's time to fight. Yes, it is, but you cannot fight 24/7. You need time to relax. You need time to unwind. You need time to let loose. You need to decompress. And so listen to some comic book queers to help you do that.
And also you should read comics.
And you should read comics, because you know what? Everyone should read. That's our goal, because we're going to make everybody read comics. Because if everybody read comics, then all of America will be queer.
We're still here.
We are. We're here. We're queer. What was the rest of that? Get used to it?
Get used to it?
Yeah, get used to it.
We don't want any more bears?